Hi, I'm Morgan with Inspire magazine. I'm here with the Maine. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Jared. I play guitar.
I'm Kennedy. I play guitar.
Alright, so today's the first day of tour.
It is.
How's everything kind of playing out so far?
We're in those those first few stages of tour. You can kind of see everybody running around like crazy.
Yeah.
But we had some time to rehearse at home, and we're playing the entire new album front to back. So for us, it's really exciting to play new stuff. So I think we're looking forward to that the most.
Excited. We'll work out the kinks.
Yeah, that's tonight. You're gonna see some fun mishaps.
And you guys are the only one on this tour, so you guys.
We are. We're playing two sets. So
Okay.
the first set is the new album Pioneer, and then the second set is like kind of a medley of all of our older stuff, but it's a little bit stripped down, more kind of acoustic, even though we're all on stage playing something. It's pretty interesting.
So it gives fans kind of a chance to hear the album before, because it doesn't release for like 2 more weeks.
Yeah,
Right,
we still got some time before it comes out, and
But I think people know a few songs throughout it, so
a couple songs are up already, but for the most part, yeah, we're going to be playing 12 songs that nobody has ever heard. Exciting. Yeah.
And I saw the album artwork online, and I was kind of curious, where kind of did that come from?
You know, I can remember the early stages when we were thinking about what we were going to do, and John said, hey, what if we had this big burly dude with a huge beard and red lipstick? We were all kind of like, we were like, well, that's kind of like a, you know, it's not like, we didn't want to like overthink it at all, and I really don't have much of an explanation for it. I mean, I just feel like it's kind of one of those things where I would hope someone doesn't judge a book by its cover or an album by its cover, you know. Some of the craziest album artwork of all time, you think of Nirvana, Nevermind, you've got a naked baby in a swimming pool. You know? I feel like some people at first were a little shocked, and then over time, the more you hear that album or the more familiar it becomes to you, you attach whatever image is on the cover to the songs, rather than having a preconceived notion about what it's going to sound like when you see that first, you know what I mean? So we're kind of hoping that eventually people make some sort of visual connection to the music, even though it really doesn't really represent songs in any way.
I like, I mean, I was asked about it the other day, and I like leaving it up for interpretation, because I can think whatever I want to think about that picture, but I mean, you know that that's the cover for Pioneer, and it's interesting to like let people just wander with it. I've seen a lot of a lot of different ideas as to what people think it is or why, or what they think about it, whether they like it or not. Either way, it sparks a lot of thought, which is cool.
Yeah, definitely. It gets everyone's attention.
Yeah. A fan sent me a photo. She like pasted a fake beard on her face. It was really, things were getting a little weird for her. It's pretty cool.
How was the recording and writing process for that different than your other albums, like Black and White?
It was, for us, it was way different. We did it in 2 chunks. We had a writing session where we were in a farm in Arizona, in Gilbert, kind of secluded, and we had this like 6-day period of time where we were on fire. I felt like we were coming out with 3-4 songs a day, and they were all pretty solid, and we were really excited about it, and we were kind of like, hey, we can maybe record this ourselves. And our label didn't really know that we were doing any of this. We didn't want to deal with any of the outside pressures or influences that kind of come with being on a major label. So we were just kind of keeping it low key and doing it ourselves, and we ended up finding a place in El Paso to record it, and went out there and checked it out, laid down the first batch of songs, and really liked it. It turned out great, so we wrote again at home, and went back out and did 17 songs the second time. So at the end of all of it, we had like 26 songs, 27 songs. We narrowed that down to 13.
So are you planning on doing the rest of them, or?
I mean, we'd love to do things. It just kind of depends on the timing. And at the moment, we'd like to focus on the album coming out, and those songs, and and then we'll filter stuff in.
I think when you write that many songs, you have songs on this end of the spectrum, songs way over here, and for us, we kind of tried to put this album together from the songs that made the most sense to fit together. So we have a lot of different options for what we can go back and pull out for the future, and maybe have a totally different vibe from songs that we wrote, a year ago. So that's kind of good to know that we have this like safety net.
And kind of listening to like the stuff that you've released already, you guys have like really powerful meanings in your songs. Are there any particular messages that you hope stick out to fans? Or
yeah, I can't really, as far as lyrics go, I can never really speak for John because he writes all of them. But the theme that I've seen throughout this album is more about self. It's more about the subject of I rather than us or we, or in the past we've kind of went to we've kind of written songs about a girl, this girl, or this or that, or this relationship or that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. It's a lot more clear this time that there's songs that aren't anything to do with female or anything.
It feels a lot more personal. Just the way that John has been writing lately has been much more vulnerable than I think in the past. He's very open with how he's writing about himself or ourselves. I think that listeners are definitely going to be able to pick that up. Yeah.
Definitely. And then you guys just got off the tour with Taking Back Sunday, and that's a pretty big deal because Taking Back Sunday's huge. So how was that tour for you guys?
It was awesome. It was really interesting playing in front of a new group of fans every night. Their fan base is definitely different from what we've played to in the past. And it's interesting. There's a lot of what we would call rap critics. That stand there, but hold on, I was getting, but I felt like there were a lot of people that we didn't have their respect before, while they were watching us because they hadn't seen us before. So it was a kind of the whole set was winning people over. So it was a lot of watching people's reactions change throughout the set, and not necessarily just be headstrong, head over heels for us right away.
Right.
Which was cool.
Yeah, a band like Taking Back Sunday has been doing it for so long that their fans are so loyal, and it's a delicate process trying to win those kids over. So, we put together as rocking of a set that we could, and went out there, and I definitely felt like I could feel the vibe change from the moment that we walked on stage to the moment that we walked off every night. So for us, I feel like it was a really successful tour.
All right, so I kind of told people that I was interviewing you guys, and I had some actually really interesting questions coming, so I figured I'd ask them. If you, from being in the band so far, what's something off of your personal bucket list that has been that you've accomplished?
The traveling aspect, I guess. We've seen a lot of stuff that I never thought that I would get to see. We went to Stonehenge, which was awesome.
Yeah, a lot of those are.
But more so than that, being kids growing up in Arizona and playing local shows all over the place, I felt like there was something inside myself that was kind of pulling to want to pursue that farther. And I started going to college. We were going to college. It was, that window was starting to kind of close, and then this opportunity came along, and we did it, and got to meet a lot of awesome people that I would have never met. I think we've made a lot of great friends being on the road. And I don't know. There's so many different high points for me, at least, and a few low points, obviously, but. There's a lot of things that have been crossed off the list since the start.
I think the whole experience is probably the biggest thing on our bucket list. Is supposed to be in the band. So I think there's a lot of things that fall under that same category, and still, being in a band sums it up.
Eating at Wawa, that was the biggest one. There's a place on the East Coast called Wawa. It's a gas station / food place. It's like our crutch when we're on the East Coast. That's
Alright.
Bucket list.
Alright, well, is there anything else you want to say to anyone who watches?
Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Earthlings.
We feel very lucky that you even want to watch us on camera. That's awesome. Thank you.